The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the July 30th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. As we have many mornings, we are starting our day with a mixed bag out there. The mix comes from the Dow, which is down 22. The S&P is up 8. NASDAQ 100 is up 63. Russell's up 14. Transport's down 409 points. Semis up 61. NASDAQ Composite up 69. New York Stock Exchange up 19. We have gold traded out at 33.54, down 26 buckaroonies. 37.75 is the print for silver. That's off 53 cents. Light sweet crude up 52 pennies. 69.72 is the print there. Natural gas is off 10 cents. So signal-wise, daily signal-wise, the only signals we still have are from the S&P, and that is that it's going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count topping pattern today. It'll do it for the cash indice. I will check in on the weighted ETF as well. You can see on my screen here, we've got a daily. In fact, let's just move over from this. Let's go over to the four horsemen out here. Let's take a look at all four equity future contracts. Do that one at a time. If we take a look at the ES Mini, we can see that here's your TD9 count top. Price pulling back into its bullish structured buy zone of its profile. 63.88 to 64.02 are the numbers. 64.44 is your resistance level, but real resistance is going to be the TD9 count top. That's going to be the all-time high. That's at 64.57.70. We close above that. We are headed further north out there. We did have a 2-day pullback inside the ES Mini out here. Pullbacks tend to be anywhere between 2 to 4 days in a bullish market out there. So we may be making a run for the top of that profile. In the case of the NQ does not have a topping pattern. Price is running into profile resistance. Now, share with you the new profile that formed on the ES above the prior profile. The new profile forming in the NQ above the prior profile. The new profile forming in Dow above the prior profile. Russell 2000 does not have a new profile out here, but those three are, from a profile standpoint, generating a bullish message out there. In the case of the NQ, the new profile has got a bias zone, so to speak, buy zone, between 23,162 and 23,325. Now, it's pretty large out there. Resistance being 23,543. We've been up to a high today of 23,541. If the case of the Dow Equity Future contract, it does have a wave number 7 top out there. That's letter G, and price is trading with inside its new profile. The buy zone on it is between 44,512 and 44,779. Resistance being 45,223. In the case of the Russell 2000, still has that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Did find support yesterday at its perigee pivot point. Also found support at the top of its profile. Therefore, even though it's got a topping signal, support is held, so it's kind of a neutral type signal out there. So that's what's going on. We take a look at the daily equity future contracts. Let's do this. We haven't done this for a while. Let's take a look at the daily cash indices. Give you a feel for what's going on there. In the case of the Dow, you can see a Rhodes momentum indicator signal has been triggered, but there's no bearish reversal candle. Therefore, the cash indice, no top. S&P 500, as we talked about, like in the ES Mini, is going to go ahead and complete a TD9 count top today. But it's really profile support on the ES that we're looking at versus the breakout level on the S&P 500 cash indice to get a feel for where price might be headed to. 62.62, by the way, is support from a daily time frame. The NDX 100 yesterday formed a sell the D point top out there. So if we take this back, it's a doozy. It's probably a 1 to 2.618. But, here's the A to B line out here. So we could draw that in. That becomes pretty easy. And then you're looking for the next lowest low that forms after that. Well, that's pretty easy. That was the April 21st low. And that retracement there was probably 0.618 retracement. Certainly more than a 0.382 retracement out there. So this is just the 1-to-1 level. We can expand this to the 1-to-2. We get to this bearish engulfing candle. That's what generated a sell the D point top. Now, we do not have that same pattern inside of the NQ out there. The Russell 2000 still has its Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. That confirmed on July 24th. Today is just inside bar. What's that mean? That typically means the direction that it just came from is a direction that will continue. In the case of the semis, which are having a nice rally this morning, they are testing their Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. The top took place on July 21st. It was a bearish shooting star candle. That resistance level, that high, is 58.0860. If we close above 58.0860, it'll negate that pattern out there. So we do have a top inside of the semis for its daily time frame. The Dow transports out here. Obviously, we're trading below yesterday's low. This is going to be day number 3 to the downside. If we open up and take a look at the cadence of the cash indices, really all of it, since it's lows out here on April the 7th, we've seen 1 4-bar move lower, 2 4-bar moves lower, that is, and then the rest have been 2s. So today's going to be day number 3. I say we got a 4th day to the downside just to match the simple dance steps of the past for the transports. The NASDAQ composite, much like we looked at inside the NDX 100, also forming a sell the D point top yesterday with its bearish engulfing candle. And then finally, New York Stock Exchange, no topping pattern here just yet. I take that back. We do have a bearish engulfing candle that formed on July 28th. So it does have a wave number 7 potential top, and it's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Day number 3 to the downside for it. It stands steps since the April 7th low. We have seen 1 4-bar move, and the rest have been 1 4-bar move, 1 3-bar, and the rest have been 2 out there. So likely to get a bottom inside the New York Stock Exchange today or tomorrow out there if it's going to stick to its bullish ways out there. So that takes care of that. What do we want to take a look at next? Let's go take a look at the advanced decline oscillator. That's your left-hand screen. That we prices below the 0 threshold level. That's the black line on the bottom panel out there. When that is the case, that tells us that sellers are the ones that have control. Now, the spot VIX index is rallying. We are trading above yesterday's high, so that's a bullish signal for it. That's we'll call a bearish directional signal for the S&P 500. We do not have a bottom pattern. You may recall yesterday we were looking at the potential for a TD9 count bottom to form, but that failed out here. Doesn't mean that price won't target the 50-day exponential moving average at 1796, but as long as price remains below that, it really does provide buyers with an edge. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Open Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back up, folks. We got the intraday charts for the NQ up on our screen out here. If we're trying to understand where support is, it's been very clearly articulated to us. It's at 23,466.25. That happens to be the 30-minute TD9 count breakout level that has been tested 3 different times this morning. So far, that's held. Now, if we do get a close below that, we likely get down to 23,421.25. 23,421.25 would be the bottom of its TD9 count pattern on the 60-minute time frame chart that took place yesterday as we came into the cash market close out there. So that's the levels I'd be watching in the NQ for the day. To the upside, as far as resistance, I'd be watching 23,541. 542 level. The 60-minute TD9 count bottom, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see price rallied right up into profile resistance. So that's the resistance level to be watching. Let's take a look at the ES Mini. Let those charts here populate, see if we can identify the exact same kind of a thing, if we can find key support, if we can find key resistance out here. Now, on a 60-minute time frame, there was a TD9 count bottom that also formed, but we can see that resistance, which is the top of its profile, has been tested many, many times. So that's at 64.15. If we close above 64.15, we likely rally further. The 30-minute breakout level is being tested as we speak right now at 64.03.25. If price were to close below that, we likely go test the 60-minute TD9 count bottom, and that's at 63.96.25 out there. So right now, price holding support. So you got support and resistance for the day. I don't expect the markets to do a whole lot before Powell. I don't expect the markets to do a whole lot after Powell out there, but the markets are going to do what they're going to do. So that's what's going on intraday, the ES and the NQ. And why don't we start getting to some of the requests? Not a ton that have come in, but let's start getting to them. Anyways, the first one coming in from GTE. His favorite symbol is XPEV. And why isn't that populating on my screen? Oh, Stevie hit the wrong button. That's why. So this is going to take a few moments here to populate. My apology for that. But so far in the request queue, we've got XPEV, MSTR, DJT, GDXD, Genie, GENI. Look like somebody rubbed the bottle there because the Genie looks like it is out of the bottle. And the IWM for Hector and Patty. So I'd certainly like to field your request as well. So send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, or anything inside the Tiger's Den. Momentarily, we will switch over to the XPEV chart out here. There we go. This should come up. And XPEV is testing profile support on the daily time frame. It is a buy zone that's between 1784 and 1823 out there. If that level were to fail, you've got support on the weekly time frame, profile support that is at 1764. If that were to fail, we have breakout support, TD9 count that is, from the daily time frame. That's at 1744. So all kinds of support, but right now price is tested. The bottom, its buy zone on its daily time frame. This being day number 4 to the downside, you're likely to see at least a 2-day rally out there. Just a consolidation on the monthly time frame. The real issue is the weekly and price being able to clear that oscillator and change line. That currently is printed at 1991, which is also where the top of the weekly profile is at. So that's XPEV for GTE. SAT-P inside the Tiger's Den would like to take a look at looking for a swing trade really inside of MSTR. So let's pull that up on our screen out here. And as we take a look at it, that swing trade may take place right now to tomorrow. So there's a daily TD9 count bottom pattern. So what that means is, I say everything in life happens for us. Well, the for us must have been when I was opening up the multi-time frame set of charts was so that we can at least have them open, and now I can just type in your symbol. Since that is showing the potential for a bottom, we want to go, and you're looking just for a swing trade, we want to dive down a little bit deeper and see what the intraday charts are communicating to us. So momentarily, we would get all this populated. Now we're getting the monthly, the weekly, the daily, which gives us a good bird's eye view of as far as what it is that we're looking at. On the monthly time frame, it has a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price consolidated with inside its oscillator and change line, which is acted as support. Currently, that's at 340.97, and resistance being the top of its profile at 454.88. On a weekly time frame, we also have a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but price is traded above profile resist at 333.14, but below its oscillator and change line. I'd have to say its signal is somewhat neutralized at the moment. The daily time frame, though, has got that TD9 count bottom that's going to go ahead and form today. The 195-minute chart has already completed a TD9 count bottom. So that is stage 1. That now would be the time to consider taking that swing trade you're looking for. I do not have a bottom on the 130-minute time frame chart. When I say that, I mean I don't have a bottom signal. It very likely has bottom because price pulled back to the 395.95 level. That was its breakout level. We have not closed below that for 2 consecutive sessions. Now, you may want to just wait out here. If you look at that, in fact, let me just open up the 130-minute chart for you, Sat, and let's make sure we're looking at the current data. We can see that the oscillator and change line is acting as resistance. So if price is able to close above it, this is the 130-minute time frame chart, it being right now 403.86, but the bottom of its profile is 403.98. We've been below the bottom of this profile on a 130-minute basis for more than 2 consecutive bars. So if it's only a counter trend move, price would find resistance between, for this time frame, that's at the 403.98 to 407.53 level. So it just depends whether you're a conservative trader or not. If you are, you might want to let buy this at a higher price out there. Again, once it clears 407.53 on this screen on that 130-minute time frame, that would be a bullish signal. No bottom signal that I see off the top of my head on a 65-minute chart, but there is an A to B equals CD pattern on the downside, so that's the bottom signal. And I also see a wave number 7, so we got a bottom there. Now this becomes a little bit easier because we were below the bottom of its bullish structured profile for more than 2 consecutive sessions. So price has already tested the level where counter trend rallies would come to an end. That would be between where we're trading right now at 401.72, it's really 401.61, and 403.48. If you get a close on a 65-minute bar, by the way, the next 65-minute bar is at 11:40. You get a close about 403.28. You likely this is signaling something more than a change in more than just a counter trend move, but resistance is still then the next resistance 409.08 out there. 30-minute time frame charts got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, prices cleared profile resistance. You're in an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Looks to me like price wants to go target that 409-ish area out there. So set, you're looking for a swing trade. I've given you the information on that. It looks like this is setting up just for that. For how many days, hard to say. If I go back and take a look at that MSTR chart, that was on the daily time frame. That would have been right here, I believe. Yeah, let's see. We've had, we've had 3 days to the downside. So rallies are typically 2 to 4 days as well, 2 to 5 days out here. So there you go. You also wanted to take a look at DJT out here. You're looking for the same kind of a thing. So let's go back to this set of charts out here. Now, and I have no idea whether the daily is showing a bottom signal like MSTR was or not, but let's just go ahead. We don't have much in the way of requests. DJT. So let's put up all of these time frames out here. Again, you're looking for just a bit of a swing trade. So we saw it in MSTR. On the monthly time frame, we've got a TD9 count top. It looks to me like price wants to go target 1256. It's breakout level. So I would say no swing trade there. The weekly time frame chart negated a TD9 count bottom pattern out here. Price right now is trading with inside its profile. If price were to close below on a weekly basis, 1772, we'd likely head lower. The weekly, daily time frame chart is trading into a swing point that had volume of 8.9 million shares. We closed inside it yesterday with 7.4 million shares. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll finish looking at DJT as soon as we get back from this break.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. When we left, we were taking a look at the daily time frame for DJT, which is trading into its swing point that formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern on June 27th. Now, that had 8.9 million shares. Yesterday, we closed inside it with slightly lighter volume, 7.4 million shares. Nonetheless, as long as we remain inside that swing point, that would be below 1820. It offers a good chance of moving to test that low at 1717. But if we get down to 1717, we're all of a sudden going to be in the swing point from back in April 7th that had 5.2 million shares. So we're starting to slide lower. We are trading below profile support and its red oscillator and change line. It increased the odds of at least a test of that June 27th low, or maybe even getting back into that April 7th area out there. So you were looking for some swing trades. We don't have anything on the daily time frame. No reason for us to look at the intradays out here on DJT. The better of the two was the first one that we took a look at for you. I don't see a setup for you on DJT. So I hope that helps you out. As always, thank you for your requests. Let's go take a look at GDX. Now I've got to figure out where I may have put this. Is this it? That is not it. We're going to look at GDXD, which I believe is a 3X or 2X version of the GDX. I think it's the inverse, basically. Yeah, there we go. So it's a GDXD because it's trading lower. It must be the inverse out there. So I will come back, Dennis, and I will leave you the numbers on this. But what we're going to do to evaluate that, in essence, is really just look at the GDX. So, but I'll give you the numbers for the GDXD so you've got profile levels or anything else. But let's take a look at the GDX and see what it is doing. So here, if we take a look at the GDX right now, we are trading with inside its profile, and you have support at 51.68 and resistance at 53.64. The weekly time frame has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top with price trading with inside its profile. It formed that Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on June the 6th with that bearish shooting star candle out there. That has led to sideways movement between pretty much 50.86 and 54.70. And finally, on the monthly time frame chart, we do not have any kind of top whatsoever. So no top on the monthly. Do we have a topping signal on the daily? You do have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, as you do on the weekly time frame. So you're just consolidating inside of profile levels. Okay, so we just got a consolidation, so that's helpful. Now let's go take a look at the profile levels or anything else that we can find for Dennis on a daily time frame chart. Daily and weekly, the monthly is going to be irrelevant out here with this type of. So this shows, right, that price is just getting back inside its profile, which is at 294. The bottom of its profile is 294. The next level, the center is at 311. The top is at 327. So there's your profile areas of support and or resistance. On a weekly time frame, price is also trying to get back inside its profile. It has support at 295. We are at 302 right now. The next resistance level is up at 368 out there. So is this going to head higher? Is the GDX going to head lower? We know about the directional correlation most certainly between gold. So let's take a look at, let's do it this way here. Let me just go over to, I think it might be faster. Let's go take a look at the gold. This way we're going to get, where did we put it? Here we go. So we're trading down 36 bucks. Let's go ahead and let this populate. I wanted to make sure we had the weekly time frame chart, monthly, and then also I wanted to at least see what's going on intraday. So we know that there's a directional correlation between the GDX and gold out there. In this case here, we can see on a daily basis, gold is trading below its oscillator and change line and profile support, and is trading into its swing point right here from June 30th. And that's a key swing point. Now I have, I don't have the right contract level up there, so I can't tell you that. But if price were to close close below 3307.40, then we likely head lower out there with regard to Goldilocks. Head lower to where? Gold has a TD9 count top on the weekly time frame, and that could easily take price all the way back to its buy zone between 30.43 and 31.03. The 30-minute time frame chart just negated a TD9 count bottom. It did it 4 minutes ago. So that is suggesting lower price out here. So I've got gold headed lower, so there's no reason that GDXD wouldn't move higher out there. But pay attention to GDX more than GDXD for your signal information. And, of course, be paying attention to Goldilocks. Now, what we can do here for gold, and I will do that, I don't think I'm getting too far behind. Really just a handful of requests out there. Well, part of this was to take a look at soybeans. Let's do this first. I'm sorry to switch over, but since I got the soybean chart up on my screen, I don't want to repopulate it. This is for GTE, who was asking, has the November soybean contract bottomed? And the answer to that question is no, it hasn't. Right now, we're trading below its red oscillator and change on the daily time frame. We are trading below profile support at 102.38 out there. It's trading into a swing point from July 14th, and a close below 998.25 is going to suggest lower price. The 5-hour chart is trading below its TD9 count breakout level, and a close below 1,000. Even Steven, we're at 1,050, will negate a TD9 count bottom there and suggest lower price. The 240-minute chart is saying lower price. The 2-hour chart negated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. That was a hammer candle. The question was, have soybeans bottomed? The answer to that question is absolutely not. Let's go take a look at the what were we going to do here? What we were going to do. We were looking at. All right, we come back here. We were looking at the gold contract. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go back and now let's pull up the other intraday charts for gold. So give me a moment. That's why we went there. Sorry about that. Just a little brain contusion, a little brain fart. So I've got the December contract for gold coming right up on our screens, let's hope. And what we're looking for here is more on the intraday chart. So bottom right, over to the left-hand side, see if there's any kind of signals out here. Again, we negated that 30-minute TD9 count bottom pattern, just letting these charts here populate. I see no bottom on the 240. We're in the process of negating a 5-hour TD9 count bottom. Of course, that bar won't close till 2 p.m. It looks to me like gold wants to continue to trade lower throughout the day. So I'm not sure percentage-wise where are we at. Let me take a quick peek there, go back to that. So we are down 1% on gold. If we're going to head lower, we likely get to the 2% level. So it would be down about $72 versus the 38 that we're down right now. So I hope that helps you out. Fletch wants to take a look at Genie. I did mention that Genie looked like it was coming out of the bottle here today. That's a GDX. That's not what we wanted. We wanted the next tab. I wish the tabs told me exactly what was behind them. But here we've got Genie. And Fletch, if you take a look at Genie, wonderful day, running right up into resistance, was 1158. And 1158 is the top of its daily profile. Now, the swing point that it's trading into is from July 21st. Volume there, 5 million shares. For the day, we've done 6 million shares. So price is going to try to make another run for that swing point high. But it's dealing with that profile resistance. On the weekly time frame, what price needs to do is close above the high of 1174 to negate a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. And we'll finish looking at Genie. We come back from this break.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol GENI, this reflection inside the Tiger's Den. We know that it's pushing into profile resistance on its daily time frame. That is at 1158. We know it's trading into a swing point with volume, so it should get up to at least test that high out there at 1174. Now, if price can close above 1174 on Friday, it'll negate its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for its weekly time frame and suggest a further move higher. There is an A to B equals CD pattern that's underway on the monthly time frame. It formed a sell the D point top the month of May, but a close above 1140 there, and we're at 1160 right now at the end of the month, is going to negate that signal and suggest that we move higher. So it looks like everything here in Genie is suggesting that it wants to move higher. Now we just need the proof inside the pudding with price clearing the levels that I provided for you. So I hope that helps you out. Fletch, as always, thank you for your request out there. Hector and Patty want to take a look at the IWM. Their specific question is dealing with the monthly time frame chart out here. So let's open up the monthly time frame chart. So we're all looking at only one thing out here. As we take a look at the monthly chart, we know that its swing point was established for November of 2024. That's its all-time high. That swing point had volume of 586 billion shares. So far, we are up into it with 700 million shares. So the IWM on a monthly basis is signaling to you and I, Hector, and Patty, that price wants to make a run for that high. So 244.46 is the TD9 count breakdown resistance level. That's what the monthly chart is signaling to you and I. Price is above its green oscillator and change line. It's above profile resistance. It is in breakout mode with resistance up above. The weekly time frame says, hey, Steve-O, nice job there as far as letting Hector and Patty know where price is headed to. But before you get to 244, we got a pit stop at 227.67. 227.67 happens to be the TD9 count breakdown resistance level out there. We're in bar number 7. We could easily form a TD9 count topping pattern out here next week, the week after that, even the week after that potentially as well. It's only potential topping signal. We're not there yet, but you do have that resistance up above. The daily does have that Rhodes momentum indicator top. The only way that gets negated is a close above the high from July 23rd, and that high being 226.71. So yes, the IWM is pushing into the monthly with volume out there, and it will continue to move higher as soon as it can take out that daily top out there. But then again, do recall you have resistance at 227.67 out there. So that's the IWM. That's the monthly. Well, it's the daily and the weekly as well. Dan inside the Tiger's Den wants to relook at ticker symbol CVM out here. The next question is, where's the oscillator and change line? It's down at 635. Price did not make its way down there yesterday. You do have a new profile that came into effect yesterday. And that profile's got resistance at 524, support down at 460. Well, that profile in essence formed below price. That is a bullish message out there. We had a one-day pullback at this stage of the game. This thing has really only had 2-bar pullbacks. So things look pretty good out here. It does have a sell the D point top, so price is going to need to close above the swing high of 1040 to suggest you're ready to start moving up towards the 1418 level. The 1043 area is the oscillator and change line that price has resistance at. I think you were asking me about yesterday on the daily pulling back potentially to the oscillator and change line. Didn't get down there, but the monthly's got resistance at 1044 right now. Whatever that oscillator and change line number is, should price continue to rally, is the key level that you want to see price overcome, and that would get you up towards that 1414 level out there. So we're going to have to call it neutral on the daily. No topping pattern on the weekly or the monthly chart out here. So that is CVM. Dan, I hope that gave you the info you were looking for. Mohammed writes in and would like to take a look at ticker symbol CHKP out here. Checkpoint Software, I believe that might be. Let's go take a look at it. CHKP is whoa. So this thing fell out of bed this morning. That falling out of bed is doing what? Looks to me, Mohammed, like it's targeting 188 even Steven. And 188 even Steven is the weekly TD9 count breakout level. It's trading into a weekly swing point from back on April 25th. 6.7 million shares there. There's got to be more than 6.7. Nope, that's already at 4.3. But it's only Wednesday. So odds favor that, we trade below, we close below 196.32. We're off to 188. What happens if 188 doesn't hold? Yeah, if that doesn't hold, I would have to then say the price target becomes this little cluster down here, this little swing point from November 8th out there, and that would be between the range of 169.02 to 178.22. But right now, Checkpoint Software, I think that's what it is, CHKP, should target the 188 level, Mohammed. You also want to take a look at VRSN. What is that, VersaSign or something like that? Let's take a look at, I think Stevie's just making up all these names out there. But not bothering anybody. If we take a look at, you've got the real losers out here, not winners. If we take a look at VRSN, it formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top 3 days ago. Also was a wave number 7 top that confirmed yesterday. Price now is trading below profile support at 276.99. That formed yesterday. Price is trading into a swing point from back on May 27th. Volume there, 1.1 million shares. We're in it with 618. So we're trading into that swing point with volume. It should at least go test that low being 265.24. You also have support at 265.11. That is the weekly profile support level. Monthly is going to give you a TD9 count at the end of the month. That suggests that price should pull back to 244.87. So you got a daily top, a weekly top, and a monthly top out there. The weekly is suggesting at least a 2-week pullback. This is just a 1 week, but you got to watch to see what happens at that 265.11 area out there. But these are all suggesting lower price, Mohammed, so I hope that helped you out. Rye inside the Tiger's Den is looking for a buy point into ticker symbol DSVSF. DSVSF. It's trading out at $2.29. It's trading back inside its daily profile. You're looking for a buy point. So this is trading lower for 4 or 5. This is 6 days to the downside. I don't like that. But if you're asking for a buy point, and you are, we'd have to say it's the buy zone on the daily time frame between 213 and 219 out there. Now, you want to make sure that price is pulling back into that level with less than 601,000 shares. That's the swing point from July 9th out there. So that would be something to look for. The weekly time frame, which has a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, may want to test support, and that would be its buy zone, Rye, and that's between 181 and 192 out there. And on the monthly time frame, we don't got much out here. So it's going to be driven by the daily and the weekly out here. Yeah, I think 213, 219 is the next stop for DS, VSF. Hope that helps you out there, Rye. Be patient. Dan in New York City wants to, or has started, I believe, a short position inside a light sweet crude. Stevie doesn't like that. I think that's the wrong side of the trade out here. But, of course, I could be wrong. With regard to SCO out here, I don't know if that's a double or a triple. We are trading into a swing point for back on June 23rd. That swing point has 17 million shares. We came down into it yesterday with 5 million shares, so at least you're pulling back with light volume. But you're still inside that swing point. As long as you're inside that swing point, even though it's with light volume, it could get back to test that 1457 level. On a weekly basis, we are trading into profile support. That profile support levels at 1503. We're trading into a swing point that has volume of 34 million. So far this week, we're down with only 9 million. So light volume, because that'd be about an 18 million share day. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. We're going to look at light sweet crude and try to help out Dan. Be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at the September contract for light sweet crude, trying to help Dan out here, who is on the short side of light sweet crude. Let me explain to you why I think it should be on the long side of light sweet crude. And that is, if you look at the daily time frame, you can see, number one, we're trading above yesterday's high. That's a bullish signal. We're trading above its green oscillator and change line. That's a bullish signal. Price wants to go, we're trading above parity, which was at 66.04. That's a bullish signal. This wants to make a move up to the top of its daily profile at 73.20, another $3 out there. You can see a TD9 count top on the 5-hour time frame chart that's being negated as we speak right now. The 4-hour time frame chart, I believe, also had a TD9 count chart out here. TD9 count, no, it did not. We are... The 30-minute time frame chart would be your only savior out here. You're in bar number 9 right now. That says that by 12:30, you could get some type of short-term pullback. So maybe you stay in the trade. You see if you get a little bit of a short-term pullback here. But I believe that light sweet crude is heading more towards 73.20 than it is to 62.39 to 63.59. It's buy zone of its profile out there. So I do hope that helps you out, Dan, and best of luck to you. We had one more request from Sat P, who's looking again for a swing trade on ticker symbol CRWV out here. So CRWV, come on, daily populate. You're going to go ahead and confirm a TD9 count bottom pattern today. You will complete that pattern tomorrow. As we take a look at the intraday charts, it looks like it's more like tomorrow where that bottom could form. However, and the biggest however is the 195-minute chart, which is in bar number 9 right now. That candle completes at 12:45. The bar following bar number 9 will complete as we go into today's close at 4 p.m. So you may be getting a signal there. You would just like proof in the pudding from those other intraday charts out there. So hope that helps you out, Sat, with regard to your request. And thank you to everybody who spent time asking me to pull up an instrument and some charts for you. So stay tuned for all the great programming. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Terrific Thursday at 11 a.m. sharp. Take care and be safe out there.